Welcome to Owl's Airguns. Hey, today we are conducting a review of the Daisy Model 1999 Woodland Trail Carbine. The Woodland Trail Carbine is perhaps the most modern of the traditionally styled BB guns that Daisy offers. This is part of their Youth series or traditional BB gun series. Includes the Red Ryder, the Model 25, the Buck, all of the traditional guns we think of when we think of Daisy BB guns. This one, however, the Woodland Trail, has some very significant modern upgrades. And those upgrades include a a very nice synthetic stock, not a cheap plastic stock at all. This is a high quality synthetic stock like we're used to seeing on firearms, various rifles and whatnot. It is a very good stock. I really like the texture on it. The color goes all the way through, so scratches, dents, that kind of thing don't really show up very well. Feels very durable and robust. Like I said, the texture is great, provides a good grip without being abrasive, and I really like the colors that they're doing with this. I think this woodland green is very good, be a good hunter. While we're talking about color on the gun, I also really like the red trigger and barrel band that they put on it. The initial version of this rifle had a much brighter red, and I think that was not as good for hunting. And personally, I find this shade of red considerably more appealing. Felt like the other one was a little bit garish or gaudy. So the stock and the coloration is one upgrade, but more significantly, it includes the modern features like the BB window. We have this so that we can tell when a BB is lined up and ready to fire. Also, it has the traditional features like the hole to oil there, has the plastic trigger, which has a very nice trigger face, and more importantly, includes the crossbolt safety that was implemented back in 1978, I believe. And this safety is a simple push-through design. We push it left to right. When we do so, we expose a red fire indicator on the left side of the air gun. Push it the other way, the red indicator disappears, and the gun is on safe. One of the enhancements to the Model 1999 is the resin large lever loop. You'll also hear this referred to as a Rio Bravo style loop, actually from the John Wayne movie. And this loop, in my opinion, is considerably more comfortable and easy to use than the more narrow lever loop of the other Daisy BB guns. Now, this is part of the Youth or traditional BB gun series. Includes Model 25, the Red Ryder, the Buck, all of the BB guns we think of as Daisy. And as I say, this has a lot of modern upgrades to it. The most unique of which in the Daisy line is the fact that it comes from the factory with both standard sights, and those standard sights include a fiber optic front post. Very good fiber optic element here, glows very brightly, even in dim light. Really like that front post on it. But also, we have their traditional rear notch, but most significantly, they have added a Picatinny rail, and it comes mounted from the factory. And as we see here, it allows us to easily mount electronic dot sights and that kind of thing. Now, of course, you can mount a scope as well. Daisy's offered some scope mounts for years. There's also the lasso mount from Air Venturi, which is a really excellent solution for lever action BB guns and mounting a scope on them. But having a pick rail from the factory, it's just a super feature. The dot sight, like this Bayachi that I've added, does not come with the gun. This is a multiple reticle red and green dot sight, and they retail for about $30 on Amazon. So there was no easy or inexpensive way to mount a sight like this before. So we really appreciate the addition of the Picatinny rail. another modern feature. More and more young shooters are wanting to add things like this easily. So big win on that. Other features, we do have a 650 round BB capacity and a claimed muzzle velocity of 350 feet per second. Now later we do some chronograph testing, and I'll let you know up front, we don't see the 350 SPS, but it does deliver some pretty good velocity. And more importantly, this rifle delivers outstanding accuracy. We'll have a shooting portion in this video, and I've shot it both without an electronic sight on it. And when it comes to shooting these days, my old eyes really benefit from a dot sight or a scope. And so I did shoot it again with the dot sight mounted, and you can see for yourself the distance or the difference. Very accurate rifle without the electronic sight mounted, but mounting a sight like that really gives you the ability to take advantage of that increased accuracy. Now the gun's roughly 35 inches long. It weighs about 2.2 pounds without the additional sight. And, that's pretty much it as far as specifications. I think that if you're in the market for an air gun, or if you're buying an air gun to get a younger person started in the shooting sports, I think the Woodland Trail Model 1999 represents an outstanding value. So let's go ahead and look at some of the shooting. Okay, we're going to do a little target shooting with the Daisy Model 1999 Woodland Trail, and I have gone ahead and taken advantage of the pick rail and installed our Faiachi red and green dot sight. Let's go ahead and see how we do. Center this a bit. There we go, looking good. Okay, we are shooting the Daisy Model 1999 Woodland Trail. This does have the pick rail on it. However, I do not have an optical sight mounted at the moment. Right now we're just using the standard sights, which of course does have the fiber optic front post. So let's go ahead and fire 10 shots and see how we do. That was it. Okay, 10 shots, how we do? Oh yeah, that thing is a shooter. Put a couple of those over to the right, just a hair. But 25 feet with the standard BB gun and open sights, not bad at all. I do like these Model 1999s. Last two we've had, the Western Sky and now this Woodland Trail, have both been just accurate as can be. Really like this series that Daisy's put out. Just top-notch shooters. Okay, let's go on to the next part. Okay, gonna do some crony testing with our Daisy Model 1999 Woodland Trail. We are shooting Umarex 177 caliber steel BBs. And yeah, here we go. .291. .285. .287. 284, 287, 294, we may be out, 293, 296, and now I think we're out. Yep, we are out. Very good. Woodland Trail, Daisy model, 1999. Okay, we've seen it shot. We've seen some of the accuracy abilities with and without a sight mounted. We've also looked at the proning numbers, so we have a feel for accuracy. Of course, these days there are ways to improve the velocity on these. We'll be covering some of those modifications in future videos, but they basically start with the upgrade of the mainspring to a more powerful spring, and there is an air tube in here that both gets the BB moving and then delivers the puff of air from the compression chamber. That air tube has a relatively small diameter hole that delivers the air, so an upgraded or larger bore air tube is another way to increase power on these. Those two modifications represent the biggest increase, so we'll go ahead and take a look at those. As far as operation, BBs load through the loading gate on the side of the barrel shroud. We simply push it in and up. That exposes the opening. Get our BBs, dump them in. As I say, it'll hold up to 650 of them, and then we close them up. This offers two advantages over the old style. The old style had a hole on the top here that you would pour BBs into. More of them would go on the ground than into the gun, and they were not always easy to get back out if you wanted to unload the BB gun before you put it in storage. This is easier to get BBs into the gun, and it's easier to unload the gun if we need to. Simply open it back up and just shake them and pour them back out into your hand. Works extremely well for that. The other thing is, in order to fire the gun, we do have to cock it. It does include an anti-bear trap safety, which you'll hear the clicking as you cock. What that does is if people use bad form and accidentally pull the trigger in a partially cocked position, the lever won't slam back and pinch your fingers. Those notches catch it, so that if we do use bad form, of course, we should never have our finger on the trigger when we're not prepared to fire. But if people, inexperienced shooters, or people mess up and pull that trigger somehow during the cocking stroke, the anti-bear trap keeps it from coming back and squishing their fingers or pinching them. Also then, once the air gun is cocked, and since it is gravity feed, we do have to raise the muzzle as we cock it a bit. That lets the BB roll down into the system, but we can confirm that they are present in the little window here. And then in order to fire, simply push our safety through to the side, exposing the ready fire indicator, and then we line it up and pull the trigger. Click it back to safe, go ahead and cock it, and load another BB. So, operation's very straightforward. Cocking effort is reasonable. A teenager's not going to have any problem with it. Smaller children are going to need some assistance, but we need to supervise younger children if they're shooting anyway, and very easy for any adult of any size to cock this gun. So, in terms of pros and cons, I really like the features they've added. I love the color, love the stock, the texture of it, the durability, the low maintenance aspect of it. The Picatinny rail is a super addition, just makes it so easy to take advantage of the many really cool, inexpensive sights that are out today. The red trigger and barrel band are kind of classy in my opinion. The fiber optic front sight is definitely a big win. And we are getting all of these upgraded features at the traditional price of basically $49.99. So for just under $50, I think in today's market, that really represents an outstanding value. If you don't have a BB gun, they're not just for kids. They're a great way to practice indoors, keep up our skills, shoot in the backyard without bothering anybody. They're quiet, they're easy to handle, and they're a great way to introduce new shooters to the shooting sports. In terms of cons, BB guns aren't the most powerful things in the world, and they're not made to really hunt small game. They can do some light pest work for very small pests, but many people would like to enhance the power of them. And you can. They turn the upgraded guns either thumpers or super thumpers according to their power level, but we never see them over 400 feet per second. The design just simply doesn't support it. So they are a lower powered air gun, but they are a great deal of fun. They require almost no maintenance, and they tend to work for pretty much ever. I've got a Model 25 that was made in the early 1920s, and it still runs. So, I've got Red Riders that we picked up, 15, 20 years ago, and they go in and out of a closet and continue to work. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider joining us. Hey, we also have a great members program. Membership starts as low as 99 cents a month. Sometimes we have special giveaways for members. It also includes early access to videos and some videos that are member only that aren't available to the general viewer. So please think about joining the member program. If nothing else, it really helps us out if you can give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. And I would like to thank you for sticking with me till the end. Really appreciate your time. It means a lot to me. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care and be safe.